I just finished my Supabase and next.js boilerplate, and right now I feel like I'm reinventing the wheel of Supabase. So let's see what I did and the problem that I'm trying to solve, and let me know what in the comment what do you think about this as well. So the problem that I'm trying to solve right now is that I do implement with the password-based authentication. And as you can see right here, the user can sign up with their emails and then they can log in with their email and something like that. So the way that implement with the password base with Supabase, I did a previous video before. So we need to use the custom SMTP. The reason is that Supabase will not give you a free email sent to the user. They give you 2 per hour. So this is not good for productions or for development as well. So you need to opt in to use your own custom SMTP. And so I did that, but the problem that I'm facing is that about the rate limit of the custom SMTP. So this is one of the concern that I'm thinking. I think too much about this one. It's like a rate limit. So right now for everything that's related to sending an email, so for example is sign up, reset passwords, what else, magic link and things like that. So this will send an email to the user, right? And the way that we do rate limit in Supabase right now, you can adjust this value right here. And as you can see, you can just enable this one and then you be able to update the chain value right here. But the problem with this one is that the rate limit is based on the project. It's not the user. So let's say if we set the rate limit here to 20, okay? So if I add like 20, so it means 20 from a project, not a person. So if one person requests 20 times, the other user will not be able to do the same action within that hour. So the only logical solution is to increase number of the rate limits right here. So if people, and then that's what is the suggestions to solve this problem. But the thing is that when we use the custom SMTP, it's not free. So for example, if you use resend, it's resend, the pricings of it is only allow 100 per day and 3,000 per month. And if and on all and available, as you can see right here, only 50k email per month. So we don't want to avoid the user to spams to this one. So this is like I have this problem that okay, I try to make my app as free as possible. I try to okay, let's keep up the free plan and later want to upgrade later. So I don't want to, you know, set 100 right here. What if the user spam to it and then I will not be able, so the other user cannot, and within that day it's blocked from the other user. And so what I want is that I want to do rate limit on the email sent to the user based on the user IP address, just like the Supabase right here for the anonymous sign in, that they did rate limit IP address that only 30 requests that can request to this one within per IP address. I want to implement that within Supabase, but right now it's not available yet. So that's why I do everything on my own with all of this feature, but I will do the rate limit by IP address. So here's what I did, and let's take a look at the code. So this is the code of to do it. So for example, for the sign up right here, I create a lot of code right here. You can see I need to create an API that handle for that. So I create an API for example, the sign up right here. I create an API for update email. I've created an API for updating password and also for the forgot password as well. So let's take a look at the API of the sign up first. So this is the implementation of it. So first I need to complete my rate limit, but this is really easy to implement. When I deploy, I will end updating this one. But as right now, since this is on the local development, I haven't set up the rate limit just yet, but this will go to the rate limit. So my plan for the rate limit for sign up per IP address is I'm going to allow, let's say 3 per day only for the rate limit. So this is, I can have total control on how many the sign ups to my application. And in order to sign up on this one, so first I just accept the payload, passwords and email, and then respond back if it's not exist, and then we respond for 22. status code. And after that, we're using the Supabase admin to generate the link. And the link of right here is using the type sign up. And then if we have an error, we respond to that. And after that, right here, I create an RPC called update unverified user password. So this is very interesting problem that I'm trying to solve, because the way that the auth.signup from Supabase work is like this. So let's say if you call to the user on the auth.signup with the password, with the old password, let's say with this password, the password is 12356, something like this. And if user haven't confirmed the email yet, and if you do another auth sign up again with the new password, let's say 2345667, this will not pick up. So even though the email sent to the user, we generate a new link, but the password is still with this one right here. It's not changing. So that's why I create this RPC right here, that whenever there's a request, we going to send with the new, always with the new password, not the old one. Okay. And so this is the implementation of it. And if the update error password is error, we can just return error. And right here, we just get a token hash. So this is where I send an email to the user. So I just using the resend package. And if you come here and with the resend API key, and so I manually send the user the email address. So right now, let's try to test it out. Right now, let's go into, yeah, I'm signing up right here. Let's do the password 123456 and 123456. So if I click on the sign up right here, this will send an email to my account, to my Gmail. If I take a look at my Gmail, and as you can see, so this is it. I can, right now, I'm not accepting it, but I'm gonna resend, but with a new password. Let's say if I do 324567 and then 324567. Okay, this is not much. 324567. And then right now I sign up again. So there will be a new email to my user right here. And if I confirm one of this, so let's say if I confirm this one right here. So right now, as you can see, it redirect it. The user is logged in and redirect to the profile, and I can do whatever I want. And for example, if I log out and I try to log in, the password is not 123456. So if I do 123456, and if I log in right here, you can see it's invalid credential. So I need to use the new password that I just updated. And so as you can see, it's logged in and redirect me to this profile page right here. So that is this function is all about. The implementation of it is really easy as well. I can show you if you go to the database functions, and let's go into, okay, hopefully it's spawn right here, update unverified user right here. And if we do this one, you can see basically I just update encrypted password with the new passwords in if the user haven't confirmed their email yet. So this is it. So if they haven't confirmed, so we're gonna update their passwords. And so that's pretty much it. So right now, if I already log in, I can go to my profile. I can edit my profile, edit my display name. So this is not really interesting to talk about, but this is where the changing email and forgot password. Maybe I can show you the demo of forgot password first. So let's say if the user want to reset the password, they will go to the forgot password right here. So the user will input their email address. So this is the email address. It will send to recover. And the way that it works is just this one right here, the forgot password. So I just need the email from the user, and then I just send the generate link of the recovery types. And then when I have that link, I can just send an email again. So this should be in one function, but it's also, it should be reusable, but it's right now it's okay. And so when I send this link to the user, so right now we have this link. So if you go into the link and come back, we should be able to see the reset password right here. And if I click on this link, it will redirect me to this route right here, which is the confirm route. And the confirm route right here, we do a special case for the recovery, which is if the type is equal to recovery, I create the cookie right here that the name is auth and the value is allowed to reset password. And the value here is HTTP only. So it means that can be able to create or access this one on the server only, and then we redirect to reset password. So right now, if I click on this one, it will redirect to this reset password. And the way that it works on this reset password is that once the user have access to this one, they cannot navigate to any page unless they reset their password. So let's say if I go to the dashboard, or if I go into the logins, whatever the page is, they cannot access to this one because I protected this page. I protected the other page because right now you have to reset your password. I'm not sure this is like the right approach or not, but this is how I implemented it. And if you look at how it works, is we can go into the middleware, and I check this one. I check the session type is allowed to reset password or not. And this is, I just read the cookie that I just said earlier. And if it's happened, if it's the API or the path that we try to access to is equal to this one, we just respond. Else, we just redirect it back to here. So basically, this is the middleware logic right here. And right now, you have to reset your password. So I'm going to reset the password right here. I'm going to do test 1, 2, 3, and then test 1, 2, 3 right here. And then we can click on update. Look like I do not provide the right value. Maybe I'm going to do, let's say, test 1, 2, 3, and we can update again. And right now it's update, it's lockout, and then we can log in again. And so you can just do this one is test 1, 2, 3, and right now is login. The implementation of login is very simple. It's the same as login that you use. We're just using the client and sign up with email and password right here. We do not put create any API for login, because for login we do not have to send an email to the user to confirm on that, right? Oh, I forgot to mention that when we reset the password, we also send an email that the security right here as well. So we let them know that, hey, right now you have reset your password has been changed. So we just let aware of the user know what's happening, and that's so they can just coming in and do whatever they want. So lastly, if I want to show you is about changing the email. So let's say, for example, the user lost access to their current email and they want to change to the new email address. And the way that it works is just you need to type in the new email and your current password. And so let's say I'm going to copy this dummy email that I have right here, and then with the current password. So if I choose, let's say if I choose a random password right here, when I click on update, the fail right here, incorrect password. So you need to passing the right email, your current password, which is test 1, 2, 3. And right now when we click on update, so as you can see, the email is already exists because this email is already registered before. So I'm going to, for example, if I delete this user, I'm going to do it again. When I click on update this one, it's successfully changing this email. And right now, if you're going back so into the new email, we send an email to the new email address, and then you can verify it from there. So this is like how I do it. So right now, let's just click on verify this one. If going back to this page, and right now you can log in with the new email, with this email right here. So you can do one, I think it's gonna be test 1, 2, 3, right? Because this is the password, and as you can see, and this user can be about to log in, and the current email is right here. Maybe the password, we should remove this one as well. And so as you can see, this is like how I implemented it, and the way that it work on the update email is like this. On the update email, so first I will need the current email, new email, and password, and just make sure that the email and password is not the same. And that's here I just create the RPC to validate the user password. If the input user is, let's say, is the right email, the right password or not, and I just need the user ID. So the way that I get the user ID right here, because in order to request to this API, I get the user if the user authentication or not. So this API only accessible by the authenticated user only. And After that, after validate if the password is matched and everything, I'm just generate a link of the email chains and send it to the user right here. And this is like the way that I send the email to the user. And about this update right here, in order to send an email, you have to disable the secure email chain. So if you enable this one, so it will send both email to the current email and the new email. So if we disable this one, we just send the new email to the new user, to the new email that we just wanted to update. And when we click on that link, it will update the user. And so that's pretty much it on how I implement this one. So all I need to do left is just adding the rate limit. Let's say, for example, I do 3 per day on each API right here. So one user, I allow just a certain number, certain requests only. So that's, I will come back on update you guys on about the rate limit, but the implement is really easy. Maybe I forgot to show you about the update passwords. Maybe if I did already. Also, if for the update password, we allow only the authentication user as well. And then because we need to check if the password, we just need the ID and a password right here. And then after we update, I just deleting the auth cookie in order for navigate to not stuck in the reset password again. And then this one is just security alert. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is dashboard. It's just a page that the user can access to, which is going to be, let's say, okay, this user is logged out. Maybe we need to log in again because of the because this user is already reset. And let's go to the dashboard. You will see that we can access to the dashboard. So that's pretty much it on how I implement this this right here, the password based off. And do you think I reinvent the wheel of Supabase, or I mean, like, am I thinking too much that, you know, about the custom SMTP and rate limits right here? So let me know in the comments, because the way that I implement it, I thought I wanted to take control how the API is set up and things like that, but it's also not perfect as well. For example, on each route that I did right here, even though we can do rate limit, this is what we want, but something that we are missing from the integration with Supabase and the SMTP provider is that the transactions. Let's say if I generate the link and things like that, I verify this one, and if the email sent here is failed, the email is already we have the user in our database already. But with resends, with Supabase integration, you can avoid that. I think they have the transaction, and if the custom SMTP is failed to send an email to the user, you do not have a record inside your database as well, the on the auth table right here. So that is one good thing about the integration, but it's just my problem is with the rate limit right here. And I also, when I finish this one, I also see the, Supabase capture. This is like something that's interesting, but I haven't tried yet. So as you can see, this is like, you can add like the captcha to protect your Supabase from this one like here. Supabase provide you the option to adding captcha to your sign in and sign up, reset form and things like that. Okay. So this keep your site safe from, this is keep your site. I'm not really sure about this one, but I will need to test it out, because if this handle this spam and things like that, maybe it's a good thing, but still it's not a rate limit on the user request. So yeah, maybe we can do like both. We can add like the captcha later into our boilerplate as well. And yeah, I think that's all that I want to share that I've been working on in the past maybe few days already. And the next step that I just need to do is just adding the ability to custom update the user information right here, and also upload the photos on the user profile as well if the user wanted to change. And yeah, that's all I wanted to share. So what do you think? Am I reinvented the wheel of Supabase? And should I be taking care of like their custom SMTP abuse and rate limit on the user based on the IP address. Also, I forgot to mention on the IP address. So the IP address is like this. The IP address is it will block on the public IP address. Okay, it's public IP address. So the public IP address is mean that if you have my router, so right now I have my single router right here. I connect with, let's say, 3 to 4 device, and so the public IP is just gonna be one. If I ban the public IP, so all of my device that access to the page is also blocked as well. And so that is we need to taking care and concern about this problem as well. For some user that use the public IP, and so we could think about that. But this is also okay. We can just opt in and change. And if our application is getting larger, so this is something that we should aware of as well. And one more thing that I forgot to mention is that why I'm not using the server action instead of the API right here. So the reason is that from the API I can request I can get the request.ip, which is this is from next. If I do like next request, I should be able to get the request.ip right here. And if you do with server action, you cannot get access to this request, I think, if I'm not wrong. So, and you could do that by accessing the header, I think, from the server action, but you need to add like X forward, something like that. But if you do that, so the user can like call from your Postman or whatever to your API and just faking the X forward IP. But instead of we doing this request IP, the request right here will coming from Vercel. So then we can do checking on the user and things like that much more easier. And so this is why I'm doing the API, not the server actions. So yeah, I'm gonna do outro again. So what do you think about the problem that I'm trying to solve? If I'm thinking too much about this problem, maybe should I do this one, or maybe just don't really care about this problem at all? So let me know in the comments what do you think, and yeah, and let me know as well if you wanted to have this boilerplate of that I built right here. And I think it's long enough for me. So hey, peace out.